Hey friends, it's that time of the week again, Friday. I've been praying for you, and I hope that you've had a great week, whether you've been at school in person or you're doing school at home virtually. I know it's tough, but you've got this. Friends, for those of you who drew pictures from last week of what you think God's kingdom looks like and smells like and tastes like and feels like, or for those who went on a scavenger hunt around your neighborhood and maybe you took pictures, I would love to see them. I would love for you to share them with me so I can share them here with everybody else. So have your grow folks, that's somebody who's probably older than you and can do this, although you might be able to do this yourself, but have them email it to me at this address, Chris, C-H-R-I-S, at stjamesbirmingham.org. And I'll be sure to share them in the weeks to come. So friends, we're here today in the Undercroft, and it's what I call my office in the basement at home. And Topher's here too. And we're ready to share with you more about the Beatitudes. You might have heard the Beatitudes called the Sermon on the Mount, because Jesus goes up a mountain to teach his followers. Folks followed Jesus so that they could hear him speak. And today we learn some of Jesus's most important teachings. Jesus had been spending a lot of time healing people. In addition to their physical hurts and pains, Jesus saw people also had broken hearts and unsteady hope. And after healing so many people, Jesus decided to care for them in another way. So he led the people who had been following him to a mountain. Now, mountains had special meaning in Jesus' time. People believed mountains were holy places, places to connect with God, maybe because they reached up high into the sky. And we know there are lots of stories in the Bible about people having meaningful connections with God on a mountain. Can you think of any? We'll wait. Wait, what's that I hear? Moses receiving the 10 Commandments. Yes, you're right. Yes, we'll keep on waiting. Jesus' transfiguration. Yes. Yes, Elijah witnessing God's presence through silence. You guys are amazing. Jesus knew mountains reminded people of God's presence with them, so I think that's why he chose the mountain as a good place to give this really important sermon. Now remember, a sermon is not just what Father Josh or I do in church, but it's a talk meant to teach and to help people grow in their relationship with God. Lots of people can give sermons. Friends, people were so committed to Jesus that they climbed the mountain to listen. In this Sermon on the Mountain, one of Jesus' first recorded sermons, Jesus lists 9 ways people are blessed. Now remember, to be blessed meant to be happy, to be satisfied. But people often thought about being happy or content that it was a result of their situation or how life was going for them. But as we know, Jesus likes to turn what we think we know upside down and show us a new way. So let's read Jesus' teaching together. When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountain. And after he sat down, his disciples came to him. Then he began to speak and taught them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evils against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Friends, the people listening to Jesus were astonished. Some were confused. I get that. This is not easy stuff. Some were relieved. People who were mourning, who were very sad, were blessed, were happy to the fullest. Meek, gentle people would receive power over the earth. This is the exact opposite of what their culture said. Their culture told them that power and possessions were what made a person happy or blessed. But that's not what Jesus teaches us. Did you notice how each beatitude includes two parts? First, Jesus makes a statement. Then he gives a promise. So he makes the statement, "Blessed are the poor in spirit." Then he gives the promise, "For theirs is the kingdom of heaven." In each of these verses, Jesus names a group of people we wouldn't usually think about as happy or content, then offers them a promise for healing and hope right now, not just in the future. The way Jesus promises these blessings is his way of bringing God's kingdom to us here and now. Realize that what we might think about our lives that seem unimportant or unfortunate is not how God might see those parts of our lives. So friends, go find your orange backpacks and then find the orange envelope and take out the pages for week 2 and put that to the side. I can wait while you do that. What do you think, Toph? Yeah, I'm excited about the Beatitudes too. Yeah, their backpacks are orange. I know it's your favorite color. It's my favorite color too. We made it orange so that they could find it easier. Yeah, I thought that was a good idea. All right, you guys are back. Get out your notebooks. Mine is yellow. I put another sticker on it. And I want you to think about these questions and talk about it with your families this week. These are the discussion questions on that coloring page for week 2. So here are the questions. What surprised you about the Sermon on the Mount, about the Beatitudes? Maybe you could read it to your family after dinner one night, or maybe you could write it in your notebooks. The other question, what do you think it means to be blessed? And then how do you think the people hearing these promises from Jesus felt? I want you to take notes. I want you to draw some pictures of what you think Jesus' Sermon on the Mount looked like. Keep them all in your notebook. Also, on the family pages for week 2, it asks you to think about where is a sacred place for your family. Now, a sacred place is one that feels uber special. It might be a place that helps you feel closer to God. In Jesus' time, many felt mountains were those special places. Perhaps because they brought you closer to the sky. For my family, our sacred place would be the beach, preferably the ocean. Even in the winter, we feel it to be sacred, but even more so in the warm weather, with the sun and the power and the sound of the waves. I can smell the salt air. I know I feel closer to God when I'm there. So friends, that's our lesson this week about the Beatitudes. Are you ready for a blessing? In Jesus' time, to be blessed meant to be happy to the fullest and greatly honored, considered amazing. So friends, may God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and give you peace. You are blessed, and you are a blessing to others. See you next week, friends. Have a good one.
Yeah.